Hello everyone, Loremaster of Sotek here, and I have a very fun announcement, as I'm sure you may have gathered from the title of this video, but we're doing something a little special for the summer, which is that we're going to be doing a community contest, or a community event is probably a better way to put it. It does technically have a contest involved, but it's more of an event for everyone just to have fun and have really some excuses to just really dive into playing lots and lots of Total War Warhammer. So we've been kind of, during streams and such, been sending out little feelers among the community for the kinds of things that people really enjoy and would be interested in kind of doing. And we kind of came up with a special type of community event where basically there are 3 factions, and you, the community, will be able to, by going into the Discord, choose a faction and are going to be able to do various things by playing Total War Warhammer, as well as showing up to our streams that will allow you to help support your team, which will lead towards rewards for the entire community by the end of the event. So people love rewards, so I'll start with those first. In that the way the event basically works is, right now there are 3 teams, and for this particular version of the event, which it is the first one we're doing, so we're kind of feeling our way out with this one, and there may be little things that we have to adjust or correct, but for this particular contest, which is called the War of the Wilds, there are 3 teams. There's Team Bretonnia, Team Wood Elves, and Team Beastmen, and the idea is that you're fighting one another for ultimate glory, and whoever wins will receive various rewards for everybody. It's not just for the team that wins. It's stuff that everyone can enjoy. So some examples are things like we will commission a bunch of new emotes that are themed around that particular race. I'm going to do some special streams and also some lore story type videos that are going to feature around that particular race, like covering particular characters or units, things that aren't quite as in-depth as like the Legendary Lord videos, but still like fairly in-depth content that has like some fun theming and stories to it. I'm going to commission some artwork, so like wallpaper type stuff for your computers and such. We'll hand out keys that are associated with it to the community, so people that don't have those factions can pick them up, perhaps, as well as just probably some other random keys. And we'll try and get some new voice lines from some of our voice actor buddies, maybe the original ones if we're lucky, and of course being able to brag that you were on the winning team and you kicked everyone else's ass, which is always a plus. So how does this work? Well, I'm going to, I'll have a link down below that has that will take you to all the rules if you want to read them in depth, but I'm going to hardcore TLDR it so this video doesn't get crazy long. But behind my blinding image here, I'm in vague chameleon form because I'm wearing a purple shirt. There is this map here above my head, and what this map basically represents is, this is the map that you are all fighting over. As you can see, there are each of the teams has some pre-allocated bases. So Team Beastmen, which is Morgar's colors, are up in the north and down in the south. Then you've got Team Bretonnia is here in the west, and then Team Wood Elves are here in the east. And each of you has a stronghold. So for the Wood Elves, it's the Oak of Ages. For Bretonnia, it's Carcassonne. And for the Beastmen, it's Magritta. And the goal is to take as much territory as possible, and also, if you can, conquer the strongholds of the enemy factions. Now, you may be wondering, how the hell am I supposed to do that if, I'm not overall... Sorry, those are the capitals. The strongholds are all the different little bases. But you're probably wondering, like, how the hell am I supposed to do that? And we have Q&As for all this. But basically, each of the teams has a faction leader. So, for instance, when you pick a team, which I will show you how to do that, each of them has kind of a captain, which is that for the Wood Elves, you're going to be led by one of our kind of moderators and community members, Smoghog. If you're on Team Bretonnia, you're going to be led by Anticity, lucky y'all. And then the Team Beastman is going to be led by another one of our community managers, which is Barbaric. So each of the captains, basically, as y'all are doing various things, you will be earning points for your team, and your captains will use those points to do various things on the map that allow them to conquer other territory. As far as are you able to get involved as to what ends up being taken, what ends up being captured? Yes, because what I'm going to show you now is the Discord. So when you join our Discord, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll see right here on the left, if you go our Discord and you go to the very, very bottom, you'll see the War of the Wilds, and there is a number of tabs. So there's the React for Faction tab, and this is where you pick your team. Some of these will be invisible until you pick your team, and basically up here where the me bot is, so not the highlighted message, not this one, the one above it. So the above message, where the me bot is, if you click either the Carcassonne symbol, the Beastman symbol, or the Wood Elf symbol, once you click one of those symbols, it will light up and that will determine your team. So only pick one of them, and the one that you pick will allow you access into that team's channel. So that's in the React for Faction channel, and then if you picked Bretonia, you would get access to the Bretonia channel, where you can see they're busy posting memes and also spamming the ha 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 emote. There's also a general chat, which is just for talking to everybody and hanging out or talking smack or whatever. And then there are submissions, which I will be opening up today, and I will go over those in a moment. So as far as how to participate in the event, the main thing is through campaign submissions, survival battle submissions, and multiplayer tournament submissions. So the way that works is we want y'all to be playing the game and having fun with it and trying to achieve certain little personal goals, especially as we're kind of building up to this event should be over by the time Shadows of Change happens. It's going to last for 1 month, starting today. And the way it works is I want to say it's every week, but let me double check. Every span a certain length of time, you are able to turn in basically a point, so to speak. So like, let's take survival battles, for instance. With survival battles, every 2 weeks, so we start the event today, 2 weeks time, not next Monday, but the Monday after that, we are going to take the top 3 scoring survival battles, regardless of who they are, and those people will get a hefty chunk of points, because it's only every 2 weeks, to turn in for whichever team they're a part of. So, for instance, and with the survival battles, to kind of keep it theming and to you will need to, right now, we're going to experiment with, you need to play as the team you join up with. So if you're on Team Bretonia, you need to play one of the Bretonian factions, and you need to play against either the Beastman survival battle or the Wood Elf survival battle, and rack up as much points as possible. If that ends up being too restrictive, we may change that in the future, but for right now, we're going to keep it thematic of, if you're on Team Beastman, then you pick the Beastman for your survival battle, and then you can face off against either the Wood Elves or Bretonia. Like I said, that's open to change. We may even change it. Like, we would really appreciate feedback on that. If you are finding that way too restrictive and not enjoyable, if you're like, oh, I'd like to be able to fight anybody with that faction or play any faction, do let us know. Right now, we're kind of keeping it thematic. But I would say we're open to change on that. But in any event, you'll be able to basically save the replay of your highest scoring battle and take a screenshot of it, and then you would just go down to the survival battle submissions and you post it in there. You post the replay file along with the screenshot and are just like, hey, here's mine. And at the end of the 2 weeks, I will look through it, and we will take the highest 3 scoring people, and they will be given a hefty chunk of points that they can allocate to their team. We would appreciate, for survival battles especially, because we're only taking the top 3 every 2 weeks, if you submit multiple times, please delete your prior entry. Each person like you can submit multiple times, but you can only win once. So, you know, even if you personally had the top 3 scores, that's not really going to matter. It's going to be the top 3 people scoring. So whatever your highest score is, submit that. If you end up getting an even higher score later, then please delete your first submission just because it'll cut down on the clutter. As far as regular campaigns go, the way regular campaigns work is that right now we're doing it where you can submit 1 campaign per week. So for a single player campaign, the goal is to win either a short victory, a long victory, or a ultimate victory. And if every person can complete a campaign, the longer the campaign is, so like if you do a short victory, it's worth a certain amount of points. If you get a long victory, it's worth more points. And if you get an ultimate victory, it's worth even more points. The difficulty does not matter. It does not matter if you're playing on easy. It doesn't matter if you're playing on legendary. There is no difference between those as far as point submissions go. So you don't need to worry about if you you know, are someone that isn't like, you know, you're not Anticity, you're not out there speed running legendary campaigns. You could beat a short campaign on easy once per week, and you are still submitting points for your team. Ultimate victories are worth the most, and then long, and then short. As far as you could play anybody you want as well. Those are not restrictive. So right now, survival battles we have a little bit of a restriction on. But as far as campaigns go, you can play anybody you want. You can play any legendary lord. You can play any difficulty. You can do any end game scenario for the ultimate victory. Like, you could do literally whatever you want. There's no restriction on that. The points will be given to the team that you joined. So we have campaign submissions, and you just complete a campaign each week. That's all you gotta do. The longer the higher level the victory is, as far as like short, long, ultimate, you get more points. But like if all you do is get a short campaign done, hey, that's awesome. You got your team some points. So being able to just try and get as many points for your team as you can is the important thing. Then we have multiplayer tournaments. So I myself will be hosting some multiplayer tournaments with like my various fun little themes. But I am also completely open to other people in the community hosting tournaments. So if you're a multiplayer community person, if you really enjoy hosting your own tournaments, please reach out to me in DMs, and we'll just talk briefly to make sure that everything is kind of okayed. But I would love to have the multiplayer community as involved as y'all want to be. If you'd like your tournament to count towards giving points, do let me know. And basically the way that works is it's very, very simple. Of whoever wins the tournament will be given a certain amount of points, and it will be applied to the team they're on. So it doesn't matter who you play. If there's a tournament organizer out there who wants it to be based on who you play, like they want to have specific rules to their tourney, that's totally fine. Just let me know. You know, if you want to do team tourneys, that's fine. Just let me know. But I am going to be probably hosting one a week on probably Friday or Saturday. So yeah, just reach out to me. But there's that. And then the last way you can earn points for your team is through coming to live streams. So I'm going to be live streaming on Twitch, and I may also be streaming on YouTube here very soon as well, because I found out you can functionally do both. So I'm going to start doing both. Not at the same time for different types of things. But in any event, during live streams, the Twitch ones particularly, basically we have channel points that people earn by just showing up to streams and interacting and stuff. And there will be various polls or like little bid wars and stuff like that, where you will be able to spend your community points, which are free to acquire. They're not like pay money type stuff. It's not a pay to win feature, but you will be able to use your channel points to try and acquire kind of like floating points for your team. So they're not from a particular person. We'll just have a thing where it's like, all right, an event has started, and there'll be like it'll be like a poll of like each team has a different option, and whichever team wins by people flooding it with the most points, they will get a little stipend of bonus points. Those will probably be the least significant contributions. because it's not actually like people like playing the game. But it could still, like, you know, if you're winning those consistently, that's still like a nice little extra revenue stream for your team. So as I said, it's not like super high stakes. None of the teams will win anything that is not going to be given out to the entire community. It's just kind of a fun way to encourage people to play the game, have a lot of fun, enjoy yourselves, have some community involvement, and talk trash to one another without anything genuinely important being at stake. And also an excuse for me to hopefully be able to commission some really cool art and spend some money to give back to the community. So yeah, that's it. There's also a really, really cool trailer that was made by my editor, Skeleton, who you have probably seen around, for the War of the Wilds that goes up today. And it's just kind of a little self-contained video, just a little hype video for the event. So be sure to check that out. Thank you all for watching. I hope you're excited for the War of the Wilds. I'll make sure that my Discord link and the rules page are kind of front and center down below, so that you can check those out if you want to kind of dive into it. Once again, this is our first experiment with this, and a lot of work went into it, particularly by Elite Spartan, Huck Oddly, Barbaric, all those guys. The community manager team did a really good job with this. It's a lot more in depth than I was initially. I kind of tossed around the idea of community events. They ended up going way harder in the paint than I was expecting on this, with like the whole map and like a point system and like all the different ways people can contribute. But it is still our first time doing it. So there's a lot of kind of new territory here, and we will make adjustments as needed. This event is going to run for 1 month, as I said. Campaign points are tallied every week. So at next Monday, we will get rid of all the old submissions and tally the points and spread them out. And then a new week will start for multiplayer tournaments. Those are pretty much unlimited. As long, though, you know, don't abuse it. You know, if I find out somebody is literally like doing a tournament every single day, like, you know, let's keep it to like one hosted tournament per week per host. You know, don't be trying to like cheese the system. It's supposed to be a fun event, not like crazy sweaty nerd competitive. But anyway, yeah, that's it. Hope you all have a lot of fun with it. We in kind of, especially like the general chat area, will be answering any questions that come up. There are a lot of people who are going to be kind of watching and helping out and all that stuff as we try and navigate our way through this. So please take care. Have a wonderful week, and I will be seeing you guys around on streams. Thanks for watching.